Hey, what's up? This is Dave Fair. You're listening to the Hoppe and SuperRICH Show.
Again, it's an instrumental that pumps you up. It's my guy, Rich Boy. Actually, one of my best friends. We go way back. What his song?
Is he a rich boy?
I think that was the point of the name. His name is the name of the song, or from this instrumental. It's Boy, Look-a Here. I love saying it white. Boy, look-a here. Boy, look-a here. All right.
Boy, look at here. Boy, I'd like to look there.
Say it in your voice.
Boy, look at here. Portions of WNUR's programming may be inappropriate for younger or more sensitive listeners. WNUR believes this material to be artistically and culturally significant, I guess so. We will play this music and talk radio and whatever the hell, only between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m.
Call us, please. We're so lonely. I'm so alone. I'm single.
You're not supposed to try to act desperate, Ryan.
I'm single.
Let them come to you.
Oh, jeez. That could be said in more than one way. 847.
Let them come in you.
Wait,
I guess that's a more sexual way, right?
I'm not a girl. Makes no sense. All right, call the show. 847.
Oh, it makes sense if you're not straight.
Yeah,
I guess.
Stop. 847-866 WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. All right, I got a few things here. Me and Ryan were at the Kane County Cougars game.
Yes, on Sunday night.
And I'm on Twitter because it's such a boring game. There's not much scoring. I mean, baseball games are usually boring, but especially minor league. Like, at least like the Brewers game, it's a nice, like, vibe when we went in, like, April.
Great ballpark.
Plus, yeah, it's a great ballpark, great area, like a great, like, atmosphere. And,
easy in, easy out.
And the last point about going to a Brewers game compared to a Kane County Cougars game is, at least I like observing famous people, so I was just watching Ryan Braun the whole game and his douchebag antics. Okay, so I'm on my phone, and I see this thing, and it was a naked picture of Kate Upton, and I'm like, what? And then I see...
She doesn't pose nude. She only posts partly nude.
And I'm like, is that Verlander? With his crotch up against her ass, possibly doing doggy or just from behind. I'm like, what? And then
they weren't doing anything in the photo. It was just a photo.
You know he was hard, though. And then the other point was, I see Charlemagne the God tweeting about how there's Jennifer Lawrence pictures. And I'm like, wait, what? What? But here's the thing. If you're famous, or if you're not famous, any girl out there, if you're taking a sext, don't act like you're violated, that the pictures got out there. You were dumb enough to take the pictures. This isn't like back in the 80s where you could take a Polaroid or whatever they did, the sex back then, you give it in the mail,
right.
You slip it under the door.
Well, it's a little strange because, do you take naked photos of yourself? Does anybody we know take naked photos of themselves on their phone? I don't.
Well,
I don't know anyone who does, which is why it's weird.
Like, you post it somewhere, and even when you delete it, it's really not deleted. It's still there.
It goes up into that iCloud.
Yeah, and here's my other thing. You can't just think that the guys you trust are not going to upload it. Because there's this thing called breaking up and not always being together, and you never know what's going to happen.
Or there's hackers, like in this case with this huge hack breach that happened.
If you are famous, I'm sorry, Kate Upton. I'm sorry, Jennifer Lawrence. I'm sorry, Ariana Grande, who, God, shut up. We know it's you.
God, she's so
pretty
hot.
real. I know she's hot, but she's trying to say, oh, if my pics came out, they'd be so much hotter.
Yeah, we know.
Those were you, honey. But if you're famous, there's no way in hell those aren't going to come out. I'm just sorry. You cannot trust the iCloud. There's such thing as hackers who are really smart, and yeah, they are creepy. Yeah, they are weird. Yeah, they are scumbag leeches. But you can't just think it's not going to come out when you put it on the iCloud. I never put anything online because I don't want anything to happen, because nothing is safe online. It's
you
so
don't want
easy
to put
hack.
anything risque online because
celebrities cannot be taking these pictures at all and putting them online because it's going to get caught. People are going to find out. You have made it in life. Sometimes you have to do things, or you are not allowed to do things like taking naked pictures. I know that sounds discriminatory, like, yeah, why can't we do it? Your net worth is $20 million for having big boobs, Kate Upton. Jennifer Lawrence, you're an Academy Award winner. You can't be taking these almost pornographic pictures and not thinking they're going to come out. Just don't take them. Because you cannot think this isn't going to come out. They're going to come out. Like, if you take that picture, it's going to come out. There's just no way in hell. What were you going to say, Risky? Were you going to say something?
No, I wasn't.
Another thing, before we get to the article, if I have some points here, because we haven't been on in like 9 days, so I have to say it. It's not like rape. I've heard women say, oh my God, if you're going to blame them for getting hacked by putting it online, that's like blaming a girl in short shorts for getting raped. No, it's not. This is traumatic. This is embarrassing. This is horrible. I can't imagine if this happened to someone I knew.
And then Justin Verlander was just like, oh, well, I'm focused on the baseball season. I don't care.
And he bangs Kate Upton and motorboats her every night. He's all right. Listen.
Maybe she doesn't like motorboating.
I know. Oh, no, trust me. She probably loves it with those big boobs. But listen. I'm not saying it's not bad, but rape messes people up for life. Rape is violent. Rape is horrible. Every time you climax after raping, when you're with a guy you trust or you want to have sex with when it's consensual, you're going to think about being raped. It's horrible. It's frightening. You cannot compare it to these pictures getting out because these girls cannot be uploading them. They're going to get caught. And yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's horrible. But why not be an activist? Why not try to like laugh about it and not be so uptight and just say, yeah, it's bad, but hey, I'm no different than you. We all take sex. We're all horny. We all have a sex
And I
drive.
think there was a couple actresses who sort of took that approach. We're like, this is a picture of me from over a year ago, and I don't worry about it.
Who's the girl who was in Spider-Man that kissed Spider-Man upside down?
Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah, she had a tweet. She's like to the iCloud, and then she had two emojis. Pizza and then one of poop, like pizza S. Get it? I retweeted. I thought it was pretty cute. But like Jennifer Lawrence is so uptight. Like we thought you were so innocent. And another thing about these pictures, real quick, is I actually don't like them because I kind of like that like thing where you go, what if she looked like naked? It ruins it that you look like that.
Right.
And they were taking pictures with like curling irons, like they're dildos. You can't be doing that and not thinking.
Well, I love the people who say they're fake, like Victoria Justice.
Stop
and
it. Those are real, honey.
There were some other people who said they were fake. It's like, come on, they're not fake. It's a giant security breach that happened.
It's your fault.
They're all real photos.
It's your fault for taking those photos. You got what you deserved.
And I went on that one thing. I'll admit, because I'm a guy. I went on that one board on Reddit, the Fapping.
Yeah, I also checked it out.
And there was one pic of the girl from The Big Bang Theory. There was two
Kaylee
that were
Cuoco,
mirror
yeah,
pics,
yeah.
but there was one that I sent to SuperRICH. It was creepy how awful the Photoshop was. It was her giving a second base, and she's touching.
I had saw it right before you sent it to me. I was like, yeah, that one's fake.
And not just saying.
Two of them were real and one was fake.
Whoever did the Photoshop out there, get a life. Go hire a hooker.
The one of her front side was real and the one of her back side was real. But the other
one of her giving
that one, it didn't even look like her.
It gave me chills. Like I was so creeped out. Last thing before we get to the article, I promise. Twitter should be ashamed that they got rid of the pictures for the celebrities, but not for the porn. Twitter should be ashamed that they got rid of all those hateful tweets for Zelda Williams and suspended the account and had harsher bullying rules. But not for the people who killed themselves when they were made fun of on Twitter, who took their life because they were made fun of on Twitter. Another thing, Twitter should be ashamed that they didn't suspend the accounts. The Opie and Anthony fans during the Jacktober segment where they make fun of bad morning shows, they tweet out pictures of open buttholes, of poop sacks, of Cleveland steamers. They tweet out pictures of gay sex. No one suspended those accounts. There's those like accounts of like GIF files of like Doggy or like Missionary. I've showed you those accounts. Why didn't you suspend those pictures? Yeah, the pictures of the celebrities are horrible. But it sets a bad precedent when you do it for the celebrities, but not for the average, everyday Joe. Boom, there's my rant. What's in the article? I just had to let it go.
So
sorry about that.
So they boost IQ. So here's what Apple's doing. They're boosting iCloud security after celebrity photo hacks, of course. So Apple says it's putting new security measures in place to protect its users in the wake of the iCloud celebrity photo hacking scandal. Although Apple denies that a breach in its security played a role in the recent leak of personal photos of A-list celebrities like actress Jennifer Lawrence, the company says it will be enhancing security by adding alerts and emails to warn users of potential account theft.
This would happen with Jobs alive? I feel like they're doing something wrong with the...
I don't know.
Because I saw this on Jimmy Kimmel. It probably will say this in the article, too. They had a security breach, a horrible thing, a bad policy that wasn't around in 2004. You were allowed to guess the password unlimited times. How come on the iPhone, if you get it wrong 5 times, you're suspended for 5 minutes, then 20, then for an hour. But on your iCloud service with personal things, Apple, you were like, oh, I'll let them guess forever, because Jimmy Kimmel said last night in a report that's probably how the hackers got it. They just kept guessing the passwords.
Right.
You should be ashamed that you let them guess countless times, especially when it's an iCloud that has personal things. Apple should be ashamed.
Well, these people are kind of stalkers too, because they must like sort of know all about the person they're
creepy.
hacking.
Apple should be compensating these people about that.
They
too.
should be. I hope the lawsuit goes through. The copyright BS.
So it looks like in his first interview about the scandal, Apple CEO Tim Cook admitted to the Wall Street Journal that Apple could have implemented stronger measures to notify users that their account information might be at risk. He indicated that the recent celebrity account intrusions might be more human than technological. It appears that hackers may have accessed the photos by exploiting weak passwords and security questions.
How dumb are those celebrities that you have passwords that are guessable? Have it like something like Beethoven 95, something you would never guess. Why would you have it as something obvious?
Beethoven 95.
Just something where it's like you would never guess it. Or like New Zealand monkey case. Something where it's so random.
That's also something you'd probably forget, though. That's the thing.
Write it down.
You have to have a good balance of something that you can remember and something that nobody knows about you. So it's sort of, it's tough. It's always hard for me to think of a password. I'm signing up for something when I'm doing something.
I use the same one.
It's tough to do the same ones because sometimes you have to have case sensitive, lowercase, uppercase, numbers, letters, exclamation points, question marks.
Ugh, I hate that. If I want
the whole
to get
kit and
hacked,
caboodle, as they say.
Don't make me write a weird password. If we get hacked, it's our fault. All right, what else does it say?
All right, so Apple says it will start alerting users through push notifications. Love those push notifications. They're going to give more of them now.
I turn them off on every app on iPhone.
It's so annoying.
It's just on the Twitter app.
And email when there's an attempt to change a password or restore iCloud data.
Why wasn't that there before?
To a new device.
That seems pretty obvious. 101 security risky. You would have an email and push notifications when someone hacks it. Whoever is in the iCloud department should be fired.
I wonder if they have an iCloud department.
I'm just, come on.
I don't think there's an apartment for I don't think there's a department for iCloud because
I'm pretty sure there is.
Well, I mean, iCloud's iCloud.
Sure
iCloud is like a.
They have to.
Whoever it is,
obviously they have.
Whoever it is a moron.
That buffoon should be fired immediately and banned from ever having a job that involves technology.
They should release his name so everyone knows who's the one that screwed them over.
All right, what else does it say?
So Apple says it will start alerting. Yeah, so we saw that. Account owners will also be alerted when a user attempts to log in from a device for the first time. The new notification system should start in 2 weeks.
Why wasn't that there? It seems pretty obvious. Every other site has that. You dimwits.
I feel like they already had that, but I guess not.
Yeah, apparently the guy who came up with this system wasn't smart enough.
Welcome to 2014.
Yeah, to use common sense. I
Welcome.
guess common sense isn't there.
And here's what I don't get about sex. One more point, or sexts.
I don't understand sex. Explain it to me.
Like one of our
not on the air.
No, listen. With sex. God, it's so hard to say at 2:40 in the morning. The thing about it is, why don't you just wait till the night and you just bang your girlfriend out? You just bang out Kate Upton. Why do you need those sexts? You know what her boobs look like. You know what her vag looks like. Why do you need those?
Verlander does travel with the team often. Maybe he's not able to see her as much during the baseball season. But
that's why you can Skype.
But you can't do that.
Skype each other.
And her picture was so pornographic. There was one, I forget which celebrity it was. She was using a curling iron as a dildo. What are you doing, honey? What else did it say?
That must have burned.
Jeez.
Earlier this week, the company.
I don't think it was on, honestly.
I hope not. Earlier this week, the company announced that after a more than 40 hours of investigation, Apple engineers determined the celebrity photo hacks were a result of targeted attacks on usernames, passwords, and security questions. None of the cases we have investigated has recruited has resulted from any breach in any of Apple's systems, including iCloud or Find My Phone, the company said in a statement. The FBI announced it was investigating the hacking, which targeted celebrities.
I know you have to
including
look into
those people that we know.
But why don't you look into ISIS or everything else that goes on? Why weren't the FBI looking into cyberbullying and all the other hacks to normal people?
And I guess
but because it's a celebrity and they're entitled to do it now, what has the FBI been doing? Are they like federal body inspectors at the beach? What are you doing with your time? Why aren't you doing it to the average Joe?
This is a new FBI. Federal female body inspectors right there.
Porno line. Now listen, I know we don't make $20 million a year because we have big boobs and we look good in a sports.
I'm getting close.
Magazine. Dude, you can change that though. But here's my point. That's not fair. It's just because we don't have big boobs, you don't look into it. Shame on the FBI and shame on all the investigators, Risky, that now it takes time. I'm sick of it changing just because of Zelda Williams getting bullied that you suspend accounts. I'm mad that now they suspend pictures on Twitter with porn. There shouldn't be porn on Twitter. Kids are on Twitter. What do you think, Risky?
Well, this all could have been avoidable.
Just don't take the picture,
honey.
Obviously. Especially in 2014.
Oh,
you can't
and I guess most recently, Olympic gymnast Michaela Maroney, who's a very attractive lady.
Boring.
She was also
they were boring.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
They're boring. I feel creepy saying that, but like
I was so horny and I looked at the photos and I was so mad. So anyway, some of the stolen photos are believed to have come from non-Apple devices, but the episode raises concerns about Apple security in particular.
It should.
At a sensitive time for the company, and that's about that. Yeah.
All right, we have to take one song break because we have one rant left. Okay, we will tell you what that rant is about right now. God, my voice just got high. I sound like a whore.
Yeah, it did.
Coming up, the Hoppe and SuperRICH Show.
Maybe you should start singing again.
I believe I can fly.
So, a teen with autism. Well, it's a serious story. Stop laughing. So, a teen with autism victimized in disgusting ALS ice bucket challenge
and
prank.
We will tell you how that happened.
That's bad.
Call the
Stupid
show.
Ohioans.
847-866-WNUR. It's 847-866-9687. And portions of our show may be inappropriate for younger and more sensitive listeners. We believe this to be artistically and culturally significant. We will be here for another 20 minutes. All right. We will be right back. And up next is a song taking you back to 2007. It is Upgrade Ya with my girlfriend, the girl I love, the girl I hope to marry someday.
The
Beyonce.
girl, the next one that gets the security leaks, right?
Oh, yeah, Beyonce. I wouldn't mind those leaks. But then again, I feel bad if it happens. We'll be right back. Hang on.
The Hoppe and SuperRICH Show.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppe Radio. For more info, check out hopperadio.com and hoppesworld.com.